Welcome to another episode of the A-List Movie Club. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And with me, as always, are Dominic and John. How's it going tonight, guys?
It's going good. Welcome.
Dominic, John, and Superman.
Yes.
So in case you didn't know, if you haven't seen our show before, this is the show where each week a different one of us picks a movie and the others check it out. And this time, wow, this was something. This actually came to me from my friend Jalissa, who kind of requested this movie, or at least me to watch it. So I figured I'd spring it on you two as well. So I knew next to nothing about this movie. It is from the year 2012, and it is yet another killer clown movie. And this one is called Sitches. So I will read the synopsis. Although,
That should take 30 seconds.
yeah, if I can, there we go. After a clown is killed in a party mishap, he comes back from the dead to seek revenge on the people responsible. And that's it.
Yeah, that should be it.
Yeah.
Review.
All right, now time for the music review.
All right. Who wants to go first?
You always do.
Yeah, you always go first.
Okay. Well, I've got conflicting feelings about this movie because I thought some of it was just fucking hysterical. I just thought some of it was just laugh out loud funny. But the rest of the movie was a dog turd. Yeah. So I don't know. I some of the things were funny. It was a little unique, like the guy getting his junk pulled off and everything like that. But it was super friggin' gory. I don't know. It was fun to watch for a bit, and then it started getting, oh God, this movie is really terrible. So yeah, that's about where I am. You know, did I hate it? No. Did I like it? Not necessarily, but it wasn't some of the worst I've seen. So
Yeah, I watched this movie last night, and I've been all day today trying to figure out how to score this thing because
I know.
as a film, if I'm looking at it as us as film critics or whatever you want to call us,
Yeah.
as a film, like you said, Dom, it's dog shit. It's terrible. It's like some guy and his buddies with a couple $100 made a movie.
Yeah.
But as a guy watching it, I was entertained.
Yeah,
I
I
wasn't
was too.
bored.
I hate to admit it, but I was entertained too.
Some of the kills were pretty cool.
Yeah.
Corey, he had some one-liners that were funny. Like as a
Oh, the what got me dying was him chasing them on the tricycle when he was chasing. I I just rolled.
he just gets off and carries like, oh the hell with this. Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that it did take itself too seriously, that it kind of it knew that it was, what it was,
Yeah.
that helped. And it didn't overstay its welcome. It was in and out,
Yeah. Yeah.
less than an hour and a half. I like that. Like I wasn't bored. I was entertained. I
Mm-hmm.
I find out
Mm-hmm.
something I would watch over and over again.
No, now
But
maybe in a couple of years I'd watch it or something just to, but I'm not in a rush.
but I would tell people to watch it. Like, you should probably check it out. Like your friend did to
Yeah.
you, Wes. I'm like, oh, you should check it out. It's bad, but it's good.
Yeah. It's so bad it's good.
Yeah. If it was
Yeah.
like, yeah, 5 years from now on a Sunday afternoon, I was through the channels and I saw it, I'd be like, oh shit, there's that movie. I'd probably watch it,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't go out of my way. Yeah, pretty anonymous cast. I didn't know anybody.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And I guess they're all Irish actors, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
or pretending to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they're all Irish people
Yeah.
Right.
pretending to be actors.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
yeah, I liked it. I
Yeah.
didn't love it. It's not great, but I'm like, I don't hate it. Sort of like Killer Clowns. Like it's bad and it's
Yeah,
good.
exactly. And the way I'm going to rate this is I've got a score as a movie, as a film, and then I have a score for entertainment value, and I'm going to average the two. But I'm going to lean a little more heavily on the enjoyment factor. You
Yeah.
know.
Wes, what do you got?
That makes sense. Yeah, I got some good laughs out of this throughout all the dumbness. I laughed at like the very beginning, some of the most things, like when he was driving with his clown shoes to the party and almost running the kids over like on purpose, like oh they're bastards, and then insulting the mother. This was like all within a minute. I'm like, what kind of movie is this gonna
I
be? Yeah. um, it hits all the horror cliches, but I think it embraces them too. Like, let's see how many horror cliches we can hit. And it's kind of like does it jokingly. Um,
Mhm.
I hate animal deaths in movies, but
oh oof.
because they showed it like it was they literally showed you it was a stuffed animal basically when he was bashing it. It did make me laugh. And I'm like, all right, I'll take that over in a real looking one. Um this is a lot more gorier than I expected it to be. I didn't like the scene in the pantry with the melon baller caught me off guard when he's scooping, let's just say, body parts. And I'm just like, okay, well, that was like where like really first got gory, and the part with like the umbrella and the girl was pretty gory. I thought that was pretty funny. Um,
Yeah.
like you guys said, it's a very forgettable cast. The only person that really went on to do more things was the girl that played Kate, the main girl, played by Gemma Lee Devereaux. She was like actually in that Judy Garland movie with Renee Zellweger as Liza Minnelli.
Oh.
That was like her like one of the bigger things she did. And some of these characters, you were actually rooting for the clown to kill him. Like that guy and that girl
Exactly.
were like troublemakers or whatever, bullies, and it's like, oh yeah, we know they're gonna get it.
Yeah.
They were worse than the clown. Yeah, I felt like it's not quite like cult classic levels, like we said, Killer Clowns or something like that, or Leprechaun. But I think like it can be fun at points, and you can have a good time with it if that's what you're looking for.
I mean, you gotta love how the movie starts out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, at
I
first I
know.
was like, wait,
Oh
is that
boy.
is that really what I think that's happening right now? And a lot of his like puns remind me of like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
the bad
when he
cheesy one-liners.
yeah, he's like that guy's who was it? I forget his name, but she asked where her boyfriend was. He's like, oh, he headed out.
Yeah.
Like like that stuff. I mean, it was
Mm.
yeah.
Yep. Mm. So, Johnny, do you have trivia?
Uh yeah,
I
some
don't know how
things.
much this would have. Yeah.
Um the medication that grown up well not grown up, 16-year-old Tommy is taking, Hypnosil, is the same medication used to suppress dreams in the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh.
If we look closely, Stitch's vehicle has the left headlight X'd out, just like his
Like his
eye.
eye. Hmm.
Uh, this I'm hoping this is not true.
Uh-oh.
Quentin Tarantino was offered the role of Stitches, and Mark Hamill came close to being cast in the role, dropped out at the end.
I could see that actually with him doing the Joker
Mhm.
voice.
Daniel Radcliffe was offered the role of Tom.
They would have needed a much bigger budget if he was the star.
I think they spent 90% of their budget on gore.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
without a
yeah,
doubt.
without a
Yeah.
doubt.
That girl you were talking about, Gemma Lee
Yeah.
Devereaux, this is her debut.
Okay. Mhm.
Uh, that's about it. I guess the guy that plays the clown is a stand-up comedian in Ireland, a pretty famous one. And this
Okay.
is
Yeah, I figured since they were like making it like a pretty big deal that like end so I'm like okay.
Mhm.
apparently this is like a completely different role for him
That would make sense, yeah.
because he's always done like comedies, I guess, and this was different.
Hmm.
It's supposed to be a big deal. I guess in Ireland it's a big deal. So, yeah, it's not much trivia.
Dominic, now you said something about the thing with the egg when we were watching it. About that's how they do that in the UK. That they with the
Oh, painting their face on the egg.
yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's a real thing.
Because we were
Yes,
talking about it and we're
they
like, what is this?
register. They clowns in England or in the United Kingdom paint an egg of their makeup, and it's put into a registry. There's a like a place that has all these friggin' eggs with makeup on them, and that's the clouds. They register their makeup that way.
So no one else can steal it.
Right. Mhm.
Huh,
That actually makes sense then. What about the egg thing?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
All
probably all the
right.
other stuff is a little out there, but
Yeah,
Let's rate this
the
pig.
cultists. Cultist clowns.
Okay. I'm gonna rate it. I'll start it off as a movie. It's a 1 as a movie. Entertainment value was a 7, but I'm going to weigh that harder and make it a 5. I'm going to make this movie a 5. Middle of the road.
yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Like as a movie, it's terrible. It's bad. Not unwatchable bad. Not you want to turn it off halfway through, but
Mhm.
the acting's bad. Like you said, Wes, it's so cliched. Like when he had a crush on that girl, like he kind of knew where that was going,
Oh
and
yeah.
because she had a douchey boyfriend, like
Staring
that's
at her through this telescope.
yeah, that's not creepy. We've seen all this before, done a million times. But the gore I like because they spared no expense on that, and the jokes, and I like the dark humor, I guess, or like a
Mhm.
black comedy, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And it didn't take itself too seriously, sort of leaned into the ridiculousness of it.
Mhm.
I like that as like a guilty pleasure kind of movie.
Good.
I'm with you, Dom. I think it's like a 5. I didn't hate it. I did love it. It's right in the middle.
Right.
I agree with you guys. 5 was my number two. But I will say I like this better as a movie than the last two Halloween films. If we're talking about horror movies, I think it's a better movie than those two.
I can
Halloween
I
Ends and
I
Guild.
can give you that.
Yeah.
It's better than that shitty dollar store we reviewed last time.
Which one? I don't remember.
What was that one
There
with
were so many. They're
David
all,
Spade was in it as the bad guy or whatever?
who is?
Morning
Oh,
Shot or whatever
David
it's called.
Spade. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh God, that hunting. No,
Morning
that's
Shot or whatever it was called. Or
yeah. Warning shot. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awful.
yeah, I'd rather watch Stitches again.
Oh, without a
Yeah,
doubt. Yeah.
without a doubt.
All right. Well, that is our review of Stitches. Now it is John's turn to pick the film. What do you have in store for us?
Okay. Well, I already discussed this with Wes, so he knows. But in honor of, is it a reboot, sequel?
I think
What
it's
is it?
a remake, maybe. I don't even know if Dominic knows this remake's coming.
Oh, I'm not sure what it is, but in honor of the new one coming out next week?
I think it's in March.
Oh, is it in March?
I think so.
And straight to streaming, right? Not theaters.
I think it's straight to Amazon.
And out of the new Roadhouse coming out soon, let's say, I'm gonna pick the original Roadhouse.
Oh God, no.
So that we can watch the
I
new one and
liked
sort of
that movie
compare.
when I was 15 or whatever, but you know, it's oh God. Oh Lord.
Patrick
Huh?
Swayze and
Oh yeah.
Terry Funk and Jeff Healey.
I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
seen the whole movie.
Sam
I think I've
Elliott.
just seen bits and
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah.
Sam
God,
Elliott.
is everyone in that movie dead?
Maybe.
Holy shit!
Sam Elliott isn't.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
no, no. So yes, I haven't seen it since back in the '80s when it came out. So it's been a while.
All right.
See
All
how it
right.
compares. The new one compares to the classic.
Sounds good.
All
Well, you
right.
want to talk a
Now,
little bit about your podcast there, John?
Yeah, We Like Wrestling Podcast. It's a weekly podcast and YouTube show. We discuss any and everything wrestling related. We're on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube, of course. And we're also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I don't know anything about that, but we also have merchandise for sale on our Facebook page. Um, We Like Wrestling Podcast.
And of course, for me, you can subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/Westside of 515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/West Troop A-List. And you can follow me on the X, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Wes A-List. Until next time, Troop out.